Hey girl, hey. Hey boy, hey. Before I jump into this conversation, I want to remind you guys that I am doing my one-on-one life coaching things. I am really enjoying this. And I got to give a shout out to my girl. I think it was Selena Washington who gave me the idea to start doing these. This was not my idea at all. And she was like, she emailed me a couple months ago, and I thought about it for about a couple weeks or whatever before I started doing it. But she said, you really give great advice. She emailed me and was like, you really give great advice. And I think that the people would really like to have like some one-on-one advice from you. But she wanted me to do them live. I knew, because I know y'all, that everybody doesn't want to do that live. So, because some of the stuff is really personal. And so I've been doing them privately. So if you need a one-on-one with the kid, we can talk about relationships, the direction that your life is going, your career, starting a business, whatever you think I can help you with. The website is scrolling at the bottom, niece. It is scrolling at the bottom. And it's $1 a minute, niece. So if you want to do 2 minutes, then we'll get on there for 2 minutes. If you want to be on there for 60 minutes, I'll get on there for 60 minutes, niece. I'll send you the link, and it's private. It is not recorded. Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressors, and dreamers. I'm Craig TheWriter Stewart, and this is the Facebook and YouTube live versions of So Much to Say. These are my thoughts in my voice on black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. Niece, I am on my way to pick up this paid for your say money. I'm actually on my way to do a market research study. This is one of the first ones I've done in person. Usually I get to do them right from the house. And I'm finishing up a study that's for parents who have children who wet the bed. And I told y'all I got a 5-year-old who wets the bed. He's 99 pounds. And so that one is wrapping up. I think we got about 2 more days with that. You just do like a little thing. You keep a diary every day. You put on every night. You're supposed to put them in a new diaper, and then the next day you record how much it weighed if they peed in that diaper. My son doesn't really pee every time. So we be sharing answers over in the little Telegram group. But if you want to join Paid for Your Say, it's www.paidforyoursay.com. Craig175 is the promo code. Because see, we let y'all slide through with that Craig100. And even when we took the promo code down, some of you were sliding through there. We saw y'all. We just figured if you were smart enough to try that old code for Craig100 and you were able to get on in these, then we said we're going to go ahead and let them get on in. Let's see if we took it down, because see, some of y'all are set workers. Niece. But no, Kim asked, how much does this one pay? This one pays $225. So yes, I'm going to go over here and play with the people for about an hour and a half of my time. It's 90 minutes. And this one is on energy saving products. So I don't know what that is. That's all they told me. So I don't know if it's based on like it is electronics for like appliances or something for your house. Energy saving appliances. I got to pay attention because I can't be missing. Missing my exit fooling with y'all today. Amen. But listen, I did upload a, don't forget to purchase your Goalie Gummies too. Craig TheWriter Stewart is the promo code. Caption is in the video. Okay, now let's get down to business. Now, I uploaded a video yesterday of myself and Scott having lunch, right? Kev, stop it now. So there's actually about another 30 minutes to that video because it was supposed to be a Patreon. And that was the tail end of the video. And I shared that on my YouTube channel. The reason that I haven't uploaded the full video to my Patreon is because I had a change of heart, niece. Because I got to talking real gritty and greasy. And I don't mean greasy in a sexual way. I got to talking really gritty about my family. There's some stuff going on in the background, niece. There's some stuff going on around in the background. I was going to jump on the live yesterday and just do a live. But sometimes I tell you guys all of the time, You got to take a moment for yourself, and you got to breathe and put things in focus. And I want to make sure that I'm thinking clearly and rationally about what's happening. And so I'll share what's happening on the Patreon because, the streets are always watching. And I'm only going to share it on the Patreon, not because I don't want you guys to know, but because the streets are watching. There are some very specific things that I'm going to do. And I don't want family who watch my videos, because I know y'all watching. I don't want them to know what I'm up to. Okay? But the reason that I decided not to share the video is because, like I said, I had to step back, because here's the thing. I was really passionate about what I was saying yesterday, and I meant everything that I was saying in that video. I don't take it back. But I didn't know if I would regret putting it out there. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't know if I would regret having that video floating around out there. And since I had doubt means don't. Oprah used to say that. I can't even take credit for that. Doubt means don't. And since I had some doubts about releasing it, some questions about it, I decided I probably shouldn't release it. But I was letting their motherfucking asses have it. Do you hear me in that video? But I will give you a little Cliff's Notes. I'll give you a little Cliff's Notes right here. But I'm going to go into the full-on story over on Patreon. So the plan initially was for me to jump on a plane tomorrow, niece, and go up there to Maryland and just bring Gladys back. So my mother wanted to go home for a vacation. She was like, well, I want to go home for like 2 months, da-da-da-da. I understood that. I wasn't going to fight her on it because, my mother's from Baltimore. She's only lived in Baltimore. She's never lived anyplace else. You know what I mean? Of course, she's traveled and all of those things, but she's never lived anywhere. The family is there. Her sisters, the living sisters that are left, they're all there. And I understand that uprooting her and bringing her here, was a life change for her. It was a life change for me. And it was very uncomfortable for both of us, me not being able to have my space to myself right after I closed on the house. And, and I understand those of you that are like, that's your mom. And I understand all of that too. And that's why I made the sacrifice. But the point still remains. It doesn't change the fact that it was a sacrifice for me and a compromise for me. And it was just like, I've been gone from home since I was 18. And the fact that I'm now living with my parent again, like it just feels like your freedom is, but whatever. But on the other side of it, my mother felt the same thing. It was just like, she didn't want to necessarily live with me either. And then, like I said, she's from Baltimore. The family's there. She's comfortable there. She knows her way around. She knows the lay of the land. All of that good stuff, right? Please hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. And so I understand that, I was uprooting her too. But I knew that it was for the greatest good. And so even when she was resisting, and initially when she first came down here in December, the plan was just for her to just come for a visit. But then when she got here, I realized that she needed to stay here. And I knew that we could extend her life and improve the quality of her life. And to be quite frank, she wasn't getting the attention that she needed or deserved back at home. Now, I'm not going to call any names on here. But when we get over on that Patreon, I'm going to clean up that one from yesterday. I don't think I'm going to release that one, but I'm going to redo it. I'm going to do a do-over. And I'm going to give it to you, in the PG version. So I knew that, her quality of life could improve, right? And like I said, she was being neglected back at home, with the exception of Gloria. Gloria is the only one that was consistently going over there to see about my mother. And my mother is the woman in the family, Black people and Black women, you about to pick up what I'm putting down. There's that one person in your family that anchors the family. It may have been your grandmother. It may be your mother. It may be your auntie, whatever. That person has always been my mother. And my mother has poured into everyone, even her sisters and brothers' children. Like my mother has assisted all of them in some capacity, in one way or another. And I say that with the utmost confidence because there's nobody in my family that can't say, or that can say, they didn't benefit from my mother existing. So all of those times when my mother was in the hospital back at home before I moved her down here, Gloria was the only one that was consistently going over there. My brother, he would go from time to time. He would check on her and that kind of thing. But Gloria pretty much was the one. And Gloria was my person on the ground who was always, keeping me up to date with what was happening. And long story short, 3 days after my mother got up to Maryland, and she went up to Maryland 2 Saturdays ago, not the Saturday that just passed, but the Saturday before. So that following Tuesday, I think I said to you guys, my mother was like, "Ooh, I'm ready to come back. Ooh, it's something about living on one floor. I know I got this chair in the house to walk down the steps, but I want to be on one floor again." Then a few days after that, she said to me, "Oh, I need to call the plumber because the water pressure in this house is not as strong." I said, "Ma, that water pressure in the house has always been weak. You just got used to the water pressure in my house." And I said, "You don't need to call a plumber. Let the person that's living in there call the plumber. That's no longer your responsibility." Grown ass people. So at any rate, I can't wait to get over to this Patreon and clean this up. I got to get to the Patreon to clean this up because I got to say it how I mean it. And so my dad took my mother to dialysis the other day and picked her up. Now you tell me why my father had to take my mother to dialysis when they've been divorced since I was in the 9th grade. And bitch, I ain't been in high school in decades. Why is my father having to take my mother to dialysis and pick her up and make sure she has something to eat when she has children who don't even have a job? Y'all that busy? I mean, help me understand. Y'all that busy. So my mother was supposed to be in Maryland until July. And as I said at the top of this conversation, looks like I'm gonna have to jump on a plane soon. Now I was supposed to go tomorrow. Bag is on the floor at the house. I didn't already pull my little weekend bag because I'm not staying long. Because if I stay too long, I'm gonna devastate some things. I'm gonna go through there like a hurricane. So now stay in the story, niece. Stay in the story, niece. So on Monday, now, down here, my mother goes to dialysis Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Well, up there in Maryland, they have her on a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So the other day, I think it was Monday, the dialysis clinic called her. Yes, niece, like a wrecking ball. I went through there and bolted everything. So the dialysis clinic called my mother the other day and was like, "Hey, Miss Stewart." And they were like, "Yeah, we drew your blood." Apparently they draw blood from time to time in dialysis to check your levels, check your numbers. And so they realized that her calcium was dangerously low. This is what they said to her. "Miss Stewart, your calcium is dangerously low. Are you feeling any symptoms? Like any tingling in your face or any type of like chest palpitations, like your heart beating fast?" And she said, "No, I don't feel any of that." And she said, "Well, you need to get to the ER ASAP because your calcium is dangerously low. And when your calcium is dangerously low, you can stroke to death. You can have a stroke or you could just straight up die, right?" So my mother called Gloria. Gloria was volunteering at this little food kitchen or soup kitchen back home in Baltimore. So then, and Gloria doesn't drive. So I guess my mother's natural instinct was to call Gloria. Well, she actually called my sister first. She didn't answer. that part. Put a pin right there. We'll get over to Patreon. So then she called Gloria. Gloria called my sister. No answer. She texted my nephew who lives in the house. Said, call me ASAP. No return text or no return call. Then she called my father. Gloria called my father and said, I need you to go pick her up. And so I don't know why my mother didn't call. I don't know why my mother didn't call 911 and just let the ambulance take her. But my father went, picked her up, took her to the hospital. Got to the hospital about 11 something in the morning. 11 something in the morning, niece. Do you know she sat in that lobby for 12 hours? It wasn't until 10 something that night that they actually got her a room. Gloria is fussing, cussing, calling me. Because my siblings, well, my brother was at work. But my sister just had this carefree, nonchalant attitude. My nephew, her son, who lives in the house, didn't return the phone call. Now, I'm going to go into the specifics over there on that Patreon, only because I want to. So, my Aunt Gloria went up to the window at the hospital. What y'all going to wait for my sister to pass out before y'all bring her back here? What is going on? Well, man, we don't have any rooms. We don't have any beds. Like, they needed to do an IV with calcium, and they can only do that in the room. They couldn't do it in the lobby. And this is why I said if they had called 911 and just taken an ambulance, they could have probably given her the IV in the ambulance, and whatever, and she would have been seen probably right away in the hospital. So Gloria was there with my mom. My dad left. Went home, did whatever he had to do. And then I spoke to my dad, I spoke to my mom. I spoke to my dad, I spoke to my Aunt Gloria. And then my dad went back to take my mom a crab cake sandwich because she had been there for 12 hours. I'm texting my sister and my nephew, she's in the hospital. Are y'all that busy that y'all can't get over to the hospital? Well, we got things we got to do. Baby, let me explain something to you.
Unknown call.
Hi. Hello.
Hey, Craig. This is Megan calling from Passengers Group. Just wanted to get an ETA.
Yeah, I'm en route to you guys now. I'm 6 minutes away.
Awesome. I'll let them know, okay?
All right. Thanks so much.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. That's that paid for your save money, niece. So anyway, so my sister and I went back and forth in a text. Well, we didn't go back and forth. She said what she said, and then I said what I said. And then my nephew said what he said. And as a result of them saying what they said, I responded, blocked them both in my phone because I don't ever have to talk to these people again in life. And I mean that. Because my mother has sacrificed way too much for all of us. All of us. For you to have this cavalier, nonchalant attitude. And I'm going to read you guys the text on Patreon. I ain't going to read it over here, but I'm going to read it on that Patreon. So you can see exactly what I'm dealing with. But when I tell you, when I get to Maryland, baby, when Sophia said, Sophia home now, oh, bitch, Craig is home now. When I touch down, they gonna know it. They gonna feel the wrath, okay? I'm gonna do what I need to do. That's in the best interest of my mother. I don't care who doesn't like it. I've been trying to play Switzerland. I've been trying to, play fair and play nice with everybody. But at this point, I don't give a damn where you live. I don't care where you go. Everything that, I'm saying too much now. I'm saying too much. But at any rate, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I'm about 4 minutes from my destination, so I'm going to talk to y'all until I get there. and it's just sad. So I'm telling you guys this because I know I'm not the only one going through something similar. Don't let your family run you into the grave, okay? And don't allow yourself to get consumed with what people have to say about you, because that's not your business. And I've been hearing some other stuff, and I'm not going to mention it on here because, again, I know they watch my videos, and I don't want to put anybody else out there, in the middle of this. So I'm going to keep it, and I was asked to hold on to this. But, baby, they've been having a lot of things to say about me. These are grown, fully formed human beings. My sister and brother, 59 and 60 years old. And they're acting like that. He's telling me I'm her favorite, and she ain't gonna listen to nobody but you. And so this is why y'all decided that y'all don't want to help. This is why y'all couldn't show up at the hospital. My brother showed up. He went yesterday. He took off yesterday and went to the hospital. But he's had some things to say, so I'm gonna have some kind words for him. Not so kind when I see him too, because he usually stays out of the fray. He usually stays out of the foolishness. But see, this time he done dipped his toe in it. So now I got to let him know that this motherfucking water over here is hot. This is some hot boiling water over here. So I suggest you stay neutral. But at any rate, I just wanted to share that with y'all. This is therapeutic for me because I get it off of me. I get it off of myself, So this is therapeutic for me. I got up this morning. I slept peacefully last night. I got up this morning. I had a juice. And then my homegirl, Shannon, you guys met Shannon. Remember, she and her sister have the nonprofit organization in Baltimore that we supported. She called me yesterday in a panic. Was like, oh my God, I just found out your mother is up here. She's in the hospital. She and her sister Val were like, listen, if there's anything we can do, let us know. We'll get over to the hospital. We need to take her some food. But my mother won't use her resources. My mother won't pick up the phone and call people and say, hey, can you come do this? So I gave Shannon my mother's room number at the hospital so she can call and check on her throughout the day if she needs anything. But it's sad when people who aren't related to you show up for you in a way that family won't. And Shannon made a really good point. She was just like, is this my exit? Shannon made a really good point. Elliot ain't even family. And here he is stepping up. You understand what I'm saying? So all that to say, value the people that are important to you in your life, and all of that nonsense about family and this, that. Listen, and this is why I say to you guys all the time, if there's toxicity in your life, remove that shit. Remove that cancer out of your life. I don't care if they're family. You don't have to subject yourself to that nonsense. But what I can tell you is whenever my mother takes her last breath, them motherfuckers ain't got to worry about me, okay? They ain't ever got to worry about me, period. I will talk to you guys soon. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. Bye. Hit the like button.